I have broadened my horizons slightly with Hermes. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me, and today's video is fun. I love these videos. This is where I am going to share with you my updated luxury wish list. All of the things that I would love to add into my collection. Some of them might be close, some of them might be far, far, far away in the distance, maybe never to be realised, but it is fun and I just enjoy it. This handbags and fashion and luxury fashion, it's a passion of mine and I enjoy it. And today we're going to look at my updated luxury wish list, but with a twist. If you have been on my channel recently, you will know that I am super, super excited about going to Paris. I can't even believe I'm saying that out loud and believe it's going to happen, but I'm going to Paris with my bestie. We are going to go shopping, and I have had quite a few messages and comments from you guys on what am I going to try and buy in Paris? Am I going to try and get an Hermes bag in Paris? Is there a Birkin or a Kelly coming home from Paris? So I'm also going to talk to you about what my Paris wish list is and what I'm hoping to get over there. So I did a wish list earlier in the year, and I think it's fair to say that I have done a little bit of shopping this year, because when I looked at this, quite a bit has been marked off this wish list. This tweed 19 is off this wish list. This Louis Vuitton trunk here is off this wish list. What else? The Chanel de Ville, I will put a picture on the screen. This had been on my wish list. I did get it. I'm glad I got it because I needed to see if it was going to work out for me, because I was obsessed with this bag and particularly obsessed with this version of this bag, and it didn't work out for me. I sold it in my recent vlog sale to a fabulous, fabulous lady. You know who you are. And I am glad I got it, but it has been ticked off the wish list. The Hermes blanket I did get. I will link a video where I unboxed the Hermes blanket. I had wanted one for a very long time, but wanted to get one in the right colours that I thought was going to work with my office, and had to find somewhere where it was going to be safe from my dogs as well, if I'm completely honest. On my wish list was also the Hermes Click Clack, the same as this in the black, which I have also added, and absolutely no regrets. I love these. I know people say they're overpriced, but I actually really, really enjoy them. I wear them a lot, and the black one equally I have worn a lot, so I'm definitely glad that that was added in. And they're Chanel shoes. The Chanel, I put a picture in as well, these Chanel Mary Jane shoes I was obsessed with, and I also have been lucky enough to add these into my collection off my wish list. Those are the things off the wish list that I have bought so far in the year. There have been some more, like this tweed and this purple up here. And I suppose I have to say, like Dale, my good friend here on YouTube, I really like seasonal bags. I like seasonal bags. I like the colour of seasonal bags. So a lot of the time when I'm doing this wish list, there will be things that completely knock it out of the park because a colour will be released, or a fabric or a tweed, and I just can't say no to it because we all know I don't have very much willpower. And I know I'm quite hyper today. I'm sorry, I've had quite a lot of caffeine to keep me going because I've been very busy in work. But that sometimes knocks off the wish list items if something comes out that's seasonal that I absolutely have to have. So there will probably be other things that make their way onto this wish list that haven't actually been released yet, or I haven't seen yet. So that is a very quick flyby run through of what I have already bought off my wish list. What was originally on the wish list that remains is an LV shawl in the black. I do have one in the purple, and I do have one in the light pink. I would still like to get one of these. I find these very, very easy to wear. I think they add to outfits. I think the black would be lovely with a black leather jacket. So that is still on my wish list. I'm not sure. I suppose it was last winter and coming into autumn, winter, and coming into the spring we were in lockdown. So I didn't really need to be adding more scarves, and then we went into summer. But that's something that's still on my wish list and has been for a while. The Cartier Love bracelet, still on my wish list, and is staying on my wish list. I would really love to try one of these. I would love to see one of these. I haven't done it yet. We don't have Cartier in Ireland. I haven't been in London with lockdown and then being away with the family over the summer, so that's definitely still on my wish list. A beige clear classic flap. I think this will stay on my wish list for a long time until I get one. I am not in an urgent hurry to try and get one, but I do love them. They're so classic, they're so elegant. I think it's a sort of colour that you would have in your wardrobe forever, that will go with so many things, it can be worn with so many things, and that is still on my wish list. The Petite Mal, absolutely. And this is moving up and up and up my wish list. I've talked about this in a few of my videos recently. I just can't get this bag out of my head. Talking about Paris, this is something that I would consider looking at in Paris, because how special would that be? The Petite Malle is such a special bag for Louis Vuitton. It's been something I have been lusting after for so long. It's so iconic, and to get it in Paris for my 40th with my best friend would be fabulous. So depending how things go, that is something definitely when we're talking about the Paris wish list that I'm going to be looking at in Paris, hopefully. And I also had on my wish list a fine jewellery ring. Now, if you've watched my 40th birthday unboxing video, you'll know that my husband and my sons bought me this really fabulous, there's no other word for it, this fabulous ring for my 40th. And I am so happy and blessed, and I treasure that so much. The fine jewellery ring that is still on my wish list is I would like to add one for this finger. Now, my in-laws did buy me a Pandora ring, which is cherry blossoms, which is so beautiful for this finger. And I love wearing it, but it's more delicate and it's not an everyday ring. I would like to add I think it's the CDC Hermes ring in the rose gold that has the little circle that hangs from it for this finger. I've looked at the Cartier Love ring as well, but I think I would like the CDC ring for here. I have looked at it in Dublin when I've been in, but they have never had a size big enough for my rather large hands. So I haven't been able to try one actually on. I think there's a fair chance that if they'd had one that fitted me, I probably would have added that already. That's still on my wish list, and it's something for this finger that I just can't get out of my mind. And that's definitely still there. Now, new things that have been added onto my wish list, and one that was already on my wish list, and this touches in then to Paris as well, and it is the Hermes Kelly 25. I have broadened my horizons slightly with Hermes. I need to stop watching YouTube. And I had always said whenever I did these wish list videos that the Kelly 25 in a bright colour would have been on my wish list. The Kelly 25 would still be on my wish list, but as would the Mini Kelly. I know. The Mini Kelly is probably one of the hardest Kelly bags to get from what I am being told. I absolutely love it though. I absolutely have fallen hard for that little tiny bag. And it was my friend on YouTube here, Tiana Perry, check her out, her channel's fab. She has one of the Mini Kellys, and ever since I watched hers, I have been obsessed. I stalk this thing. I stalk it on YouTube. I stalk it on Instagram. I absolutely love it. So I would love to add one of the Mini Kellys. That is definitely on my wish list. And another Hermes bag that is on my wish list that's been added to my wish list. So the Mini Kelly's been added, and also the Birkin 25. Now, I always said that I probably wasn't a Birkin girl because it doesn't have a strap. I have learnt, and I know Dale has learnt this as well because she has mentioned this in her videos, that because my collection has grown a bit, because I am fortunate and lucky enough to have a few bags, I have realised that not all of the bags have to do everything. So I can have bags in my collection that are top handle that don't need to be crossbody because there's something else to fill that gap. And the Birkin 25, the small one, has just creeped up on me and banged me over the head and now lives in there. And the one that I would say that I really sparked the obsession with is this one. I'll put a picture on the screen, and I don't know if I don't know if it's wrong to mention this, but it's a bag that Tamara had, and it's a bag that Tamara had before the burglary, and I hope I'm not being insensitive by still taking a picture from her page to show you this bag, but it is still on her page, so I hope not. But it is the Birkin 25 in the Rose Pourpre colour. If I'm butchering that, I'm so sorry. And hers is in the Palladium hardware. Now, I would love to have either the Birkin 25 in the Rose Pourpre colour or the Mini Kelly in that colour or the Kelly 25, to be honest. That's probably it's my favourite colour, and it is the Hermes colour that is so close to that colour. I would ideally love it with the gold hardware, but I know from Connor and I know from some other people chatting to them that that's not very often made with that colour, and Rose Pourpre normally apparently comes with the Palladium hardware. Tamara's Birkin is in the Palladium and I absolutely adore it. I would love to have it in either. I would love the Mini if I could in gold hardware, but I'm told that getting a mini Kelly is like those winning lottery numbers and it's just really impossible to have or to get. So that takes us on to part of the Paris wish list, and I have been asked by quite a few of you in the messages and in the comments, are you going to try and get a Birkin or a Kelly in Paris? Is there a Birkin or a Kelly coming home with you from Paris? And I suppose the answer to that is entirely up to the Hermes gods. Because yes, of course, we are going to try and get the lottery system appointment. We are going to apply for the appointment online. We are only in Paris, though, 2 days that the store is open. The store doesn't open on the Sunday. So we have 2 goes to apply online to try and get the appointment at the flagship store. If we are lucky enough to get one, I will be asking them if they have either a Birkin 25 or a Kelly 25 or a mini Kelly. I would be asking them if they have it in the Rose Papri colour. I would really love the Birkin in that colour. The mini Kelly, to be honest with you, I would love in any bright pop of colour. I love colour, as you can see. I would love it in any colour, to be honest with you. I would love it in the Rose Papri colour. I would also love it in a teal jade type colour. I would love a bright orange one. I would love a bright yellow one. I love that little mini bag so much. And to be honest with you, if they had a bright colour in it, I would probably take it in any bright colour. I probably would prefer a bright colour over a neutral. I love the mini Kelly that much, even though I'm not really a neutral lover. I can't say that if they had one in the neutral that I would turn it down. I just think the mini Kelly's fabulous. I guess from what I can see on YouTube, the neutral colours are the more popular colours, so it's probably very unlikely that they would have a neutral over a bright colour. But in the mini Kelly, I just love it, and I love it in all of those bright colours. The Kelly 25, I would ideally like one of those bags in Rose Papri. And if I'm saying that wrong, I'm sorry. It's kind of like that colour. I would love it. So yes, we are going to try in Paris. I am going to be asking for those 3 bags, and those are the sorts of colours, bright, deep colours. If we don't get an appointment, absolutely it is not going to in any way hamper our trip or ruin our trip. If we get an appointment, to be honest with you, it's just going to be like the cherry on the cake or the icing on the cake. It's going to be that extra little something. But even without it, I am so excited to be going to Paris with my best friend before Christmas for my 40th, to shop, to see the sights, to go and eat, to go and drink, to just be in Paris. We've all been locked down for so long. And one of the things that hit me hard with realisation at my recent birthday is that time is short, life is short, and you only get one. And I really want to make the most of it. So I am just so excited to be in Paris with him. If we get to Hermes, fabulous. If we don't, fabulous. It's not going to hamper, it's not going to dampen, it's not going to spoil it in any one way. So I suppose that's a very long way of telling you what the Paris wish list is. Also, I have on my wish list the fine jewellery ring that I'm telling you about, the CDC one I think it is. If they have that in Paris, I would absolutely look at that as well. I've also been trying to get from Hermes one of the slim CDC cuff bracelets in either like a Rose Paris or the Anemone. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. It's like the purple colour in with the gold hardware, but they never have them in Dublin and they never have them in my size. So if they had that in Paris, that's something also that I would look to maybe bring home from Paris. I also want to try the saddle bag from Dior. I know it's a hit or miss bag with a lot of people, but I really like it. Dior is opening in Brown Thomas, but when I'm filming this, it's not open yet. So I would like to try that as well. I really like that bag. I think it's just unusual. I just really like it. And it's one of those bags that I want to try and is still on my wish list. Another thing that is on my wish list. Oh, I do like things that are expensive and hard to find and sought after. I still have on my wish list and absolutely love the 19S iridescent pink classic flap. Love it. Love it, love it. And that is on my wish list. Another bag that's on my wish list is another classic flap, although there's maybe other brands that I could maybe find something like an Hermes Mini Kelly that would fill this void, and it's a bright orange classic flap. I love this. See this bag here from Teddy Blake, and I will leave a link to Teddy Blake in the description box. This is bright orange, and I got this to try bright orange to see if I could make it work in my wardrobe, and I love it. I use this bag so much whenever I don't want a bag that's overly designer, or I want a bag that I am slightly able to fit a little bit more in than some of the minis, and I wear this a lot. I wear it so much that I now would love a classic flap, and I'll put a picture on the screen. I saw it on Instagram. I missed it from the collection. I was late to that party. And that orange classic flap is still in here and something that I have put on my wish list. And what else do we have? Floating about my wish list. I'm not sure about this yet, but I also want to try a Fendi baguette. Maybe the smaller one, the mini one. I'm not exactly sure. In a multicolour print. I love the one that Candace has from Lux and Lipstick. We all know I love Candace. Love her style. Bright colours. Fabulous. She has the bright coloured one. Dale has the purple sequence one that she won't give me many times I ask. They are both fabulous, fabulous bags, and I would like to try one of the baguettes on in a really fabulous, cool print like that. Either the multicolour like Candace or the sequence like Dale. Something that's not plain. I would really, really like to try that, and that's floating about the edges of my wish list as well. And as I said earlier, seasonal bags, I can't rule out what will come onto this wish list that I haven't seen yet, because colours and prints and fabrics, I am an absolute goner for. So that is an update on my luxury wish list with the added little bit of Paris and what we're going to try and get up to in Paris and what we're going to try and bring home. On the Hermes point, I have accepted that may not happen. As I say, it's not going to even touch the brilliantness and the wonderfulness of Paris if it doesn't happen. But it also may never happen for me in store, because I am not going to spend lots and lots of money and buy things in Hermes that I don't want to build a profile. I will buy things in Hermes that I love, like the blanket, like the plate, like this ring if I can get it, like this bracelet if I can get it. And I'm sure there's other things that will come up that I absolutely will buy if I love them, but that is the only reason I will buy them. So I have accepted that a mini Kelly, especially from what I'm told, the Birkin 25, the Kelly 25 in those colours, but especially I'm told the mini Kelly and the Birkin 25 may not happen for me from a store offer. I don't have a huge profile there. I don't have a long-standing relationship with anyone, and I have accepted that if I seriously decide in the future that I want to add a mini Kelly or that particular Birkin 25, that I may have to go the reseller route, and that is something that I have settled myself with. I know that that means that it will bring a premium, but I won't be buying things in Hermes to get there, or things that I didn't really particularly want in the first place. I know it will bring a premium. I know that that's questionable. I would have to set a budget of what I would be prepared to pay and what I could find in that range, because at the minute the mini Kellys are selling for upwards of £20,000. £20,000. Let me tell you, and it's no secret, I do not have £20,000 to spend on a mini Kelly. I just don't have it. I just don't have it. My husband would, yeah. If in the future I get to the point that I think, yes, I want to add one of those, I will have to look at what the price is in the market at that time. I will have to look at what standard I can meet. I generally like to buy new bags or excellent condition. I don't know if that's going to be possible. I don't know what the prices are going to be. The same with the Birkin in that particular colour in the 25. But I've settled myself that it might have to be the reseller route or none. It might be that either I have the money, I have the budget, I can set it aside for that bag to be found for me, or I just settle that that's not a bag that I am ever going to have. And hello, I can hardly cry into my cereal about that, because I am so blessed. I am so fortunate. Look at the bags that are around me. It is not going to break this little heart if I can't get the Kelly Mini or the Birkin. Don't get me wrong, if I do get it, or if I'm lucky enough to get it, I will be bouncing from the rooftops. And we all know that I get a tad excited. But if we don't, you know, look around me. If I don't, I don't. So I just wanted to add that in, that if I really decide that I'm going to go after that bag and I have the funds, if that's the way it has to be done, that's the way it has to be done. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for watching this updated luxury wish list with that little addition about Paris. Please take care, and I will see you again in the next one.